Will Bitcoin have a pullback? There's some strong signs over here showing that Bitcoin may just have a $500 pullback all the way down to the 8,900 levels. Is this the buying opportunity that the bulls on the sidelines have been waiting for? In today's video, we'll be talking about that and giving you guys an update on our trade. So stay tuned. Good morning. My name is Shawn and I welcome you back to the Mango Grow for your daily Bitcoin USD analysis video. Bitcoin taking yet another leg to the upside, confirming a few things that we've been forecasting for a few weeks now. So we have a lot to update you guys on today. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Here we have Bitcoin USD on the weekly. And what have we been talking about? Let's turn on our Mango ribbon. And here we have the blue Tenkin, the red Kijun, the yellow 21 EMA. Bitcoin, guys, has been so generous recently. We broke over the 21 EMA, broke over the Kijun. I think we were above the Tenkin over here as well, but not convincing enough, right? What does Bitcoin do right after, over the next week or so? Gives us the retest of the 21 EMA, gives us the test of the Kijun as well, and confirms above all three major levels. Confirms above the 21 EMA, confirms about the Kijun, and confirms about the Tenkin. That was our big sign, right? We talked about this on Monday morning's video. The good morning, followed with, hey guys, Bitcoin is likely going to do something big very soon, all right? And this is what I mean by Bitcoin being so generous, right? It literally gave us what we wanted. Gave us the retest of the 21 EMA on the weekly, which, by the way, lined up with the daily 21 EMA too. Gave us our re-entry after we hedged over here. Okay, so let's do a quick recap on everything we've done. I want to break down the mindset of how we played this at Mango, because up until recently, the trade was in its you need to be disciplined and execute at the same time. So we had to get all three right: the execution, the direction, and the discipline. Now we've reached the stress-free part of the trade where all we need to do is stay disciplined and let the profits ride. Okay, let the trade ride, let the profits keep developing. So let's go back on to where this all started, and this started on the 4-day time frame, right? We're looking at the 4-day, we're looking at this ascending like formation right over here, ascending triangle, right, that we broke to the upside. The 200 moving average was what we were using as our governing factor. This brownish line over here, right? This brownish line over here broke to the upside. And this is what I mean by Bitcoin being so generous. Again, same story, similar to what happened in the weekly. Tested the Tenkin, did not break over it, right? But came down, gave us the retest of the 21 EMA as well as our brown 200 moving average. And that's when we got our close over the Tenkin as well. The next 4-day candle confirming above it and seeing the follow through the upside. We met our measured move, also broke that descending channel that everybody was looking at. Okay, cool. But was that enough? No, we still had a major contender to deal with, and that was the daily 200. This brown line over here now. Okay, yes, the 4-day 200 was underneath, but the daily 200 was still proving resistance. That's where we were a little uncertain. But did we take profits over here, guys? I know a lot of people would have, and I'm pretty sure they did. But over here at Mango, we stick to our discipline. We stick to our rules. We said, hey, it's likely we're going to see a pullback here, and we did see it, but I did not take profits today. I waited patiently 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. When I got the signal, we got the close underneath this 10 simple moving average. What's the play? Very likely to come down, test the 21 EMA, hedged up position over there, and then reopened on the daily 21 EMA, and then some. Why? Because we had so much confluence over there. The daily 21 EMA, the Tenkin, as well as our weekly 21 right over there, right? So much coming into confluence. And what do we do on the Monday morning? Right before the Monday morning, we confirm over all those levels: the Tenkin, the Kijun, and the 21. Okay, so everything's been so simple. That was the hard part of the trade. That was the stressful part of the trade. That was the execution part of the trade. Now all we have to do is follow the plan. What was the plan? We said, hey guys, even though the daily 200 moving average was right over there, right over there. This time around, we're not going to be too concerned about it. We're not going to be too concerned because we're likely going to come over there, have that consolidation, and then break right on over. And what was our big sign? If you guys go back to yesterday's video, I mean Monday morning's video, our big sign was the 12-hour, right? The 12-hour is so good on Bitcoin, guys. Let's go switch the mango ribbon back on. And what were we looking for? If you guys do remember, go ahead and watch that video. We said if we confirm a 12-hour above this tenkin over here, that's going to be a big sign. And now, if I hadn't already had a heavy position, I would not. I would have been looking to add right over there, guys. But I already had a position. So those of you who did not have a position, this was your big next sign. This was your big re-entry, your chance to enter into a position. Because right over there, guys, let me zoom in for you. Let me zoom in. Right over there, we closed the 12-hour over the tenkin. Now, if this wasn't good enough for you, could have waited for this candle, and even this was good because you confirmed it over the tenkin, over the 21, over the 10 SMA. Oh, and let's not forget the 12-hour also was the time frame where we were looking at the mango vine very patiently. People were asking me about the mango vine signal, right? Somewhere around here where they were like, hey Shawn, is the mango vine giving the signal yet? I said, hey, not yet. We didn't have it just yet. We showed it on video too. We said, let's be patient. It's likely going to line up with the daily 21 MA, the weekly 21 MA. That's exactly what you got, right? A strong signals right over here and right over here, and then boom. Now what I do want to do is systematically go over what the time frame is saying, the weekly, the daily, the 12-hour, the 4-hour, and then hey, perhaps in the 1 hour if we have time. Okay, I'm going to do this fast though. Okay, so here we are looking at the weekly time frame, and what we're looking for essentially is either a candle close above around 9,550-ish, 9,580-ish. Essentially this line right over here. Let's go ahead and try and 9,550 to 9,570. Okay, a candle close above that zone over there, guys, and we're likely going to see that next leg up, probably all the way up to 10,400 region. Now, if we get a wick above 10,388, guys, that's going to be the big firework move, because one could argue that hey, this hasn't set in a higher high just yet, right? If you're not looking at this as a high and this as a new high. By the way, guys, to a lot of people, this was good enough and there was evidence of this morning at 5 o'clock when I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock to manage a different position. Actually, talk about that perhaps in the next video. When I woke up to manage a different position, I watched Bitcoin have that tick over this wick over here, and boom, we had the next drive up all the way up to 9,400, right? I'm expecting something very similar all the way up to 10,000 at the 10,300 mark. If we do that, it's going to have an explosive move again. If you guys remember, in Monday's video, we were saying, hey, I'm expecting $1,000 move, and thus far we have seen $1,000 move from our re-entry at around 8,200, but I'm expecting further upside. So on the weekly, we're looking for two things: a candle close above 9,550-ish, or a wick above 10,300. Okay, those are the two big moves that we're looking for. Now let's go ahead to the daily. The daily has already done something very significant, and that was just this morning at 5 o'clock, right? The entirety of yesterday, we were essentially fighting this 200 moving average right over here. Was Bitcoin going to close above it? Was Bitcoin going to close underneath it? But the bulls showed their hand, and the bulls said, hey, we are going to close well above it. And just before the day could end, we had that drive to the upside, confirming very cleanly above this 200 moving average. So the next opportunity now is going to be, well, for one, I think it's going to be this yellow zone over here. Okay, this yellow zone. But perhaps you come and test this 200 moving average. I wouldn't be too optimistic about that. A lot of people are going to be looking for that re-entry. That is going to be a buy the dip kind of opportunity. But again, I am not a financial advisor, so don't quote me on that. I'm already very happy in my position. Would I be looking to add over there? Maybe, perhaps. I'm very comfortable in my position right now. Comfortable in profit, so I'd be willing to start building that position even stronger now. $1,000 move, man. Got to use that momentum. So the reason I'm looking at this yellow zone over here, guys, is essentially all the way from around here. If you guys do remember, when we had our big trade from the 3,000 area, this was our big zone, right? This zone over here. So I got kicked out of my position. On this move over here. Re-entered when I was wrong about being wrong. Re-entered my trade, got the entirety of the position plus a little bit more, but over here I added heavily. And if you look at that, guys, this zone over here was essentially, so we put in an ascending triangle on the 4-hour time frame. I do believe it was clear. broke on over to the upside, had that parabolic move, and this was the zone where we kept bouncing off. And now over here too, right over here, when we had that big move to the upside, this was the weekly 10 SMA 21 EMA crossing bearish, got the break to the downside unfortunately, and now is that going to be another zone of contention? Okay, the 200 moving average is coming a little underneath there, 8,900, but the zone is sitting at 9,089. I'd be interested to see if we actually do see a support over there. Okay, so that's the daily that I'm looking at, guys. We have the daily 200 underneath us. We've confirmed above that. Big things on the weekly too. Things are looking really good. We looked at the 12 hour already. I don't want to spend too much time on that. I want to talk about the 4 hour. Okay, so the 4 hour I think is going to be playing an important role, guys. You can see how clean these zones have been respected on the 4 hour time frame now. And right over here too, guys, this is one of the plays that we talk about in the mango seed often. The first test of the 10 SMA, right? Boom, you get picked up, have that drive again. So we had two big plays that we talk about often over here. You guys should know this by now. The 12 hour Tenkin confirming above that. So do you guys notice how the video suddenly lost its audio? What turned out happening was when I moved my hand like this, my wire dropped out of my mic, and for the rest of the video, the entirety of the video, I had no audio working on my side. So yeah, there was no audio, and I talked about a lot of important and interesting things. Unfortunately, I lost all of it, and I'm gonna have to do the rest of the video from the point where I lost my audio. Okay, so let's go back on over. Yeah, I was talking about BLX, but let's go back on over to Bitcoin. I think we're looking at Bitstamp, and we are talking about the 4 hour, right? So let's go ahead and talk about all of that. Jesus. So yeah, I wanted to mention a few things on the 4 hour. We're talking about a few plays, I believe, when we last left off. We were basically the 4 hour 10 SMA being an important play, and we got picked up right over there. The 12 hour Tenkin as well. As soon as we closed over the 12 hour Tenkin, had the drive on over to the upside, etc. Bitcoin has been extremely generous this entire time, guys. So now the one thing I did want to really mention and was the oscillators on the 12 hour right over there, right? Bearish divergence is something we usually see when we have a consolidation like this against a major level, and we're seeing that exactly as planned. This is like clockwork, guys. This is what I mean by when you get in the flow, when you start getting in sync with the charts, right? Things start panning out just like you expected. In the Monday morning video where we talked, I mentioned how I'm getting those gut instincts, I'm getting those feelings, and a big reason was, or the big sign was when the mango vine also on the 1 hour, right? We're looking at the mango vine, looking for that signal, and it gave us that strong buy signal right over here. We got that strong buy signal at around 8,550, right? 8,550. So for everybody who missed that 12 hour vine signal, who missed the daily 21 EMA, the weekly 21 EMA, right over here was your next big opportunity. And if you guys followed us to the parabolic run the last time around, this was what we were using, right? Things were lining up so similarly, guys. That's what gave me those gut feelings I was referencing in Monday morning's video. And look at this, right after that we got that warning sign too for the pullback right over here. The yellow flash got the pullback, and this was where we came down. This was the 8,900 level, guys, which is now the daily 200 moving average. This is turning out to be the next big buy opportunity, right? Again guys, so everything lining up. This is what I mean. Let's go back on over to what we were talking about. The oscillators too, giving us that bearish divergence right over here. And what's the play usually when we see something like this? One of two plays. In a strong trading market, gets picked up in the 10 SMA, or comes down and wicks onto the 21 EMA. Where's the 10 SMA coming in at? Let's go ahead and look at it. 10 SMA coming in at the 9,150 level, lining up with this yellow zone that we were just talking about. So I like that. I really like that for Confluence, and the 21 EMA could be the next play. Do we see that though? That is the question. On the 1 hour, I think the Tenkin is coming in right over there. Let's go ahead and see. Tenkin coming in right over there, getting supported on the 21 EMA right now, but we have lost the 1 hour uptrend. We have lost the 1 hour uptrend. The 4 hour is looking to now set in a new higher low. We have a low over here to be defended at 8,876. So we have a lot of room. We could come down, test the weekly, the 4 hour 21 EMA, and everything still be fine. The 4 hour 21 EMA lining up with the daily 200 at 8,950, which was the last 1 hour wine signal. So the 1 hour wine Again, front running things just like the 12-hour wine giving us that signal. Gotta be patient though, gotta be patient now if you missed all of that. Okay, so Bitcoin has been very generous. We've talked about a lot. I already talked about a lot in the video that we lost, but let's go ahead and see. We talked about the 4-hour, we talked about the 1 hour too. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour too. Again, one last time, Kijun 8,900. So a lot coming in at the 8,900 level. Look at the oscillators. What are the 1 hour oscillators saying? Again, this does look like it wants to test a little bit down, but Bitcoin could get picked up right in the zone over here, the 9,000 zone, guys. So a lot of people are going to be looking at 8,900. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be looking at 8,900. You guys are going to notice, by the way, I'm going to be keeping one eye on this red light over here to make sure my mic is running. Okay, so let's clear everything out for now. Anything else I do want to talk about before I wrap this video up? So one thing I was talking about, guys, in the video that we did lose on BLX, let's go ahead to BLX right over here, was the monthly time frame. Okay, I want to talk about the monthly because we are closing the monthly very, very soon. And hey, if you guys do remember from a couple of months ago, what were we looking at? We said, hey, we are going to stay bullish on Bitcoin, at least on our spot positions, as long as Bitcoin is being supported on that monthly 21 EMA. Guess where we got picked up, guys? The monthly 21 EMA. Guess where we bounced, guys? The monthly 21 EMA. Guess where we are closing over, guys? The 21 EMA, the 10K as well as the 10 SMA. Extremely, extremely bullish. The Kijun coming in right over here on the 10,000 level. That's going to be an area I'm going to be keeping an eye on. If you guys do remember, if you guys have been following Mango for a while, ever since this big move that we caught over here, what was one of our big signs? You know how we look at everything, right? We look at all the time frames. That's what we're doing over here too, and that's what we did over here. Everything stays same. Our strategy seems the same. Our discipline stays the same. Our mindset stays the same. And yeah, going back to what we were talking about, what were we looking at? We're looking at the green, right? The green 55 EMA right over here, guys. We confirmed above that. That was a big sign. Got the retest. Very generous Bitcoin. Thank you very much. Parabolic move to the upside. Can we see something similar like that? Either confirm over the 10K and 10 SMA, get the retest over there, but what I'd really like is to confirm a candle over the 9,900 region, 10,000 to round off, get that test and parabolic move to the upside. Okay, that's what I'll be looking at, but let's take it one step at a time. Let's take it one step at a time. But that's going to be very key for me. Okay, so that's the monthly, guys. We talked about the daily, we talked about the weekly, we talked about the 4-day, we talked about the day 12 hour as well, and the 4-hour. The 4-hour is where I'd be focusing some of my time. When you see these kind of moves, these kind of up thrusts, you see consolidation, up thrust, some consolidation. That's when you start looking at the lower time frames for an opportunity. But for now, I'm happy in my position, so I'm not looking to get too aggressive. For those of you who have missed out, perhaps that's what you want to look at, but I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just doing it the Mango way. I'm doing it the stress-free way. Until then, I recommend you do it that way too. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.